Hello, it's Geeks Assemble time again, folks. And I'm joined as usual by Susan. How are you doing,
Hi,
Susan?
I'm
Yeah,
good. How are you?
yes. I just live for doing these.
Yeah, I know. And I tried to get somebody else to join us, a woman who loves Agatha Christie mysteries on telly. Apparently, though, I had her pegged as a Peter Ustinov fan. It turns out she's a David Suchet fan. So, with that great,
Um,
great big spoiler, well, what are we reviewing today?
we'll play David Suchet. We're reviewing one of his art. Wait, no, we're not. We're reviewing Peter Ustinov's second outing as Hercule Poirot from 1982. Evil Under the Sun. Um, for me, he is up there as a great Poirot, but as your friend is rightly a fan of David Suchet's, I think everybody should be a fan of David Suchet's because he is the quintessential Hercule Poirot.
Hmm.
He has got everything off
Hmm.
just right.
Okay.
Because Agatha Christie wrote Poirot as a strange looking little man with a little funny walk, looked like a boiled egg.
Hmm.
And Suchet got it off to a T.
Yeah.
Um, but I cannot fault Peter Ustinov. His first two movies, Death on the Nile, is a classic,
Hmm.
and Under the Sun is up there. It was followed by about three TV movies set in modern day, which I don't know why they did that. It didn't gel well with me then, but he, you
It
know,
was one of those Murder on the Orient Express.
no, he didn't do Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh, he never did.
That was Albert Finney um, in about 1974, I think.
Oh, okay.
Um, on which I couldn't get my head around Albert Finney playing Poirot
All
because
right.
he played him like an angry man, growling angry man, and that's not Poirot. Great
All right.
cast in that movie. And then before that, the only other Poirot I can think of in a movie was in the 1960s. Was Tony Randall.
Oh, funny. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm positive he played Poirot in I think it was the ABC Murders in the
Oh,
1960s. But for me,
you
as
don't
soon as
say.
we got Peter Ustinov in Death on the Nile and Evil Under the Sun, yeah, he's a great actor, but he doesn't. For me, visually, it's not the Poirot in
Hmm.
the book, but he he's a great actor and he does play also. He plays it as well for comedic purposes as well. He's
Hmm.
a great comedy performer. Is what well was Peter Ustinov, but
Yeah, he had a serious side, but then he also had a really endearing,
well,
like
it was a
soft comedy.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, the
yeah.
amount of times I used to see him on chat shows. He's a great teller of tales. And the way he used to do loads of do different voices, and so. But yeah, Peter Ustinov, yeah, he's my second favorite Poirot. Um, but I digress. That's a sort of movie history of the Poirot thing. Um, yes, Evil Under the Sun from 1982, where Poirot's hired to investigate the theft of a jewel.
Hmm.
It leads him to Adriatic Island,
Yep.
where murder ensues.
Yep.
So great cast. Oh,
Yeah.
we'll go through the cast as we go along through our cast.
Our
Uh,
podcast.
There's no murder on. There's only two
No
of us.
murder on our.
If one's murdered, the other one's done it. So I'll go with Susan now for her opening thoughts on Evil Under the Sun.
All right. Yeah, the only thing that'll kill me is your humor because I could die of laughing. Um let's see. Okay. First of all, it is gorgeous. This is absolutely beautiful. It's got the same feel as you would assume, like an Italian thing or a Greek island or a Turkish island. It's
It was
got
filmed
that.
in it was filmed in Spain.
It was filmed in Majorca, true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the reality is its setting is supposed to be in the Adriatic next to Albania, or next to Croatia. And I know because my folks have sailed that it's absolutely gorgeous. I also know the from the commentaries on the James Bond movie, oh, Casino Royale. No, what's the next one? Quantum of Solace. That's set partly in Italy, but I mean, they shot it there because you can see there's beautiful palatial castles and things like that right up against the seashore, and it's just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. So yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely place, and lovely setting. And Peter Ustinov was you know, he did a really good job as Hercule Poirot. He was I think that in terms of like the little boiled egg thing, that was explored a little bit in the joke and the magic trick that he tried to play. I mean, that was part of it. And then, the whole taking off his robe and his outer kit just to be in a bathing suit and splash around on with his feet. I mean, you got there's a lot of little physical comedy bits that were really sort of 80s kitschy style kind of comedy bits, and it was fun. And it was just it was really, really kind of beautiful, the interplay between the characters. I thought that the love triangles or stars, actually, because there was like many sides to these triangles, all of them surrounding this one attractive man in a black Speedo. Uh yes, that was really
would that be Nicholas Clay?
yeah, it would be. That's true. And yeah, and then there was in the thing there was James Mason, who in all of Eddie Izzard's comedy plays God. You know, James Mason is his God character. Anyway, it's so fun. It was great. And um I loved how it had to do with fiddling with watches. And we'll talk about that in this podcast and in the next podcast, in our next little bit of internet exploration and reviewing of another murder mystery. Anyway, over to
Also,
you.
as well, about the fiddling of the watches, putting an hour up, changing the hour and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
What's happened this weekend in over here? You've had to put your clocks forward. Oh,
Oh my gosh, I had no idea that. Yes, it is all about fiddling with clocks,
we,
watches.
you couldn't plan it better, could you?
Couldn't couldn't have tried That
Yeah, this is for the follow up from the great Death on the Nile movie in '78.
mhm.
Um, and they chose this one, Evil Under the Sun, which is not one of Agatha Christie's well known titles.
No.
You know, Death on the Nile, Murder on the Orient Express. You know, you've got what was the other one? Um, the ABC Murders. You know, the well-known titles. These, and then you Evil Under the Sun. But this film made it popular. Um, having read the book, there is a few changes in the movie.
Oh,
Um, I'm trying to remember. It was one of the main ones was the character Emily Horn played Linda Marshall, the young girl. Um, I'm positive in the book it was a young boy,
oh,
uh,
okay.
and also as well, I'm positive. I might be getting confused with another book, but I'm positive in the book the young boy thought he'd killed his stepmother by some sort of witchcraft.
Oh,
That was non-existent in this movie.
right.
So I might be confusing a book with that other book, but I'm positive that's what was in Evil Under the Sun. Uh, um, but there was no talk of witchcraft in this movie. Um,
No.
yeah, what a great cat! So you got Ustinov in his second time round. You've got Jane Birkin in there, Nicholas Clay, Maggie Smith, who was in Death on the Nile as well, but
Uh-huh.
as a different character.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
um, Roddy McDowell, Sylvia Miles, James Mason, uh,
Mhm.
Dan Quilly, and Dinah Rigg. What a great cast!
My gosh,
Uh,
it was like the best of the best.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's what they usually do for an Agatha Christie or a film like this. You do get a great ensemble cast. I mean, if you look at the cast in Murder of the Orient Express, everyone was an A-lister. So
Yep.
you know, you go from that. You've got to follow on. Um, yeah, a story of well, it was all about money, really, wasn't it? And betrayal, you know, and leading people on.
Yeah.
Dinah Rigg. Well, if we know we don't do spoilers, but spoilers, it's you know, Dinah Rigg is the victim. Um, found strangled on the beach round on the island, and of course Hercule Poirot's there and takes charge and demands no one leave the island until he's found out who's done the murder.
Yeah.
Um, and then that's when everything starts to go a bit complicated with the twists and turns of Agatha Christie's writing. So, but yeah, a fun movie. I say I haven't seen it for a while, so I'm glad you picked it because say you've never seen this one before, have you?
No, I haven't. I really enjoyed it. It was
So
definitely
did you guess who done it?
I did not guess who done it.
So it kept you guessing right to the end.
It did. And you know, the the bit about her running from where she was all the way over to the place where she has to play tennis,
Yeah.
that whole uh that whole bit, I mean, I was just amazed what it looked like, how it fit together, how she was able to how she was able to, you know, even put on the like the orange spray tan and then take it all off and then go play tennis.
Yeah,
I mean, like there was a lot of machinations, a lot of activity to pull off this murder, and it's
everything had to be done right, or it would fail.
yeah,
Yeah, everything was down to timing.
it was, and it was you could see that she was really sort of an astute killer.
Mm,
Yeah, and
very good.
I loved it that it was like all these different love triangles that really kind of surrounded the place.
Mm.
And
And it,
let's go ahead.
no, and also as well, it also, when they set it in the right period of the 19, was it 30s, 40s, it feels right.
Yeah.
And this is where I think that the movies after the TV movies after this, where they set them in the 1980s, didn't work. Didn't work. Didn't, it was not too good. I
Right,
just,
because culturally, I mean, there's been a lot of shift,
yeah,
and yeah, and Christie was still, I mean, it could have been done, but it's like her the quaintness of English countryside
yeah,
in the past
yeah.
really
That's,
was
it belongs there.
it belongs there.
Yeah, and I think this is why when he played Poirot for the last time in a movie, because he went back to doing it on in big screen in 1988 with Appointment with Death, they went back to the olden days again. So
Hmm.
I just didn't understand the TV movies what followed.
Oh, yeah, and you know when you've got um Maggie Smith squaring off with Diana Rigg, I mean, these are two of the most pers- perceptive, most the most excellent practicers of
Two dames.
yes, but I mean, they just it was just amazing seeing them uh antagonize one another and the timing of things and the way of their choices and things. I just loved it.
I mean the scene where she was singing, it was You're the Top.
Yeah. Oh,
Kept
oh, the soundtrack. Yeah, you mentioned that, and
Cole Porter.
have to give it. Yeah, kudos, Cole Porter.
Mm,
Yeah, like what? I mean, soft, soft in and out of his songs, some teasing of his songs.
yeah.
Uh, and then he wrote things that went between his songs. You know, the incidental music. I mean, it just proved that he could write a movie soundtrack and have it be a movie soundtrack. I mean, it didn't have to turn into a musical with him, which was really cool.
Yeah, yeah. It- and as I say, the setting, the period, the music, it was that it was magical,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the med is always magical.
yeah,
but but anybody in the of the characters could have done it because everybody on that island hated the victim.
yeah,
They had a grudge to bear with with the
yeah. And you wouldn't know it by the kind of non-action movie that it is, but it was directed by somebody who directed a lot of James Bond movies.
oh yeah Oh, what was his name? I'll tell you in a minute. I've got it here. Guy Hamilton. Yeah.
Yeah, so like anyway, this is like, I mean, it's like the antithesis of an action movie. These people are so, this is a lazy summer estate, you know?
Hmm.
You just barely wake up in time to go get your your first swim in by noon or whatever. It's just amazing. And then
But
uh,
it's I do say I've always like. I mean, I love a good murder mystery, and for me, Poirot is up there with Holmes, Sherlock Holmes of from the English literature side.
uh-huh.
From your side, you've got all the cool uh Columbos, your Kojaks, your Crockett and Tubbs,
Uh-huh.
all that type. You've got the cool ones. We've got the more period setting ones.
Well, you can argue that that's because the way they're written was you've got ones that were written by writers, by actual mystery writers first, and
Hmm.
we have mysteries that were written as screenplays first, which is
Yeah,
interesting. It's just a different it turns into something a little bit different as it changes. The other thing is like I don't know if Agatha Christie was still around when this was made, but
uh,
I think that her seeing this sort of borne out the way, you know, I know that she was involved with the Mousetrap all the way up until its first closing,
mhm.
but this one she was um yeah, I don't know if I think that she would have loved this movie, the way it was shot, the way it was presented.
Yeah. I think Agatha Christie died in 1976. I think it was.
Oh, so she just missed it.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
she never saw the Death on the Nile movie either. Or
Oh,
I think she got to see Murder on the Orient Express.
oh yeah, you're right. It was like what was it? 76. You're absolutely right.
So,
Okay.
but every other Agatha Christie production is controlled by the Christie estate.
Yeah, yeah. Of course.
So,
That makes sense.
and they allow the movies to be made, the TV shows to be made, and the new books because there are new books out.
Oh, I didn't realize that they were still writing them.
Yeah, well, it's another author who does the Poirot books.
Uh-huh.
I've got four of them now. I'm just waiting to get the fifth one. But
Oh, you're kidding. How
yeah,
fun.
I've got them up there. Just I'm trying to remember the author's name. I'll tell you in a minute. What's the author's name?
All right. While he's looking for that, I'll go into the fact that the island was it was they kept having you pull away from the island and envision it from the water and from the land, and when you're
Mhm.
envisioning it from the water, you're looking at it as if you're looking for trouble, and then if you're envisioning it from the land to the water, you are looking at it as if you are trying to escape from trouble and get to peace. Um so uh when they take off in those little paddle boards or pedal rowers or whatever they call pedaloos, um those two, and any of the boats that take off it, you can just see that these are these are people who are trying to escape from the conflicts and the things and are looking for peace. But as it turns around and you're looking at the island from the water, you're always looking for trouble. Like that's where you get a lot of the looks of while you're watching Poirot splash around in the water and not get any swimming done, which is hilarious because he's like, oh, I'm totally going in for a swim, and then he gets in and he's only in this deep or something, and he's pretending to swim. Yes. And anyway, so but you're looking at him from the water side, so you're not like looking at him. This guy's on vacation. You're looking at him like this guy's gonna have a ton of work to do to fix what's going on in there, and that's just the way, because you see her the dead lady uh from the water, and you're always looking at the trouble from
Yeah.
I just noticed that, and I thought that that was really interesting. It it's kind of something that I've never seen a movie actually do, but you could definitely tell that that was the perspective, because otherwise, you've broken. I mean, y- because you're flipping around, you don't actually have a fourth wall. There's no actual. I mean, and because it's an island, the whole thing has to be described in those terms. Anyway, that's just what I noticed. Go on.
The author's name's Sophie Hannon.
Oh,
So
okay. Oh, so
she's had
she
she's had 5 Poirot books out at the moment.
okay,
So
so it's a female author, and and
the Christian State have allowed her to do it. So
she's a Christie Estate. Okay, all right.
um, talking of water,
Uh-huh.
in this, Hercule Poirot suffers from seasickness.
Uh-huh.
The movie before was Death on the Nile.
Mm-hmm.
He never complained about seasickness while he was on that river.
Oh, I think it's because it's calm.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of inconsistency there, don't you?
Also that perhaps that, yep. Okay.
But I'm just looking at the characters in the novel, and there's quite a few not in the movie.
Oh yeah?
And when I said about the daughter being male in the book, I'm wrong. She is female, but it's the book is about where she believes witchcraft killed Arlena.
Oh, okay.
But I must be getting the male part mixed up with another book. But
Okay.
yeah, there's several. There was no Gladys Narracott in this movie.
Okay.
There was no Reverend Lane.
Nope.
There was no Emily Brewster.
Nope, not at all.
But Roddy McDowall's character was called, was it Rex Brewster?
His character was, yeah, Rex Brewster.
So they've changed Emily Brewster to a Rex Brewster.
Oh, okay.
There's no Rosamund Darnley, a
Okay.
dressmaker. So they've missed out a few characters out the book in the movie.
Oh, okay.
So, but I suppose they have to do that every now and then. If there's too many characters in the book, they can't really get too complex, wouldn't it?
Or you'd run out of reasons to have them on screen.
Yeah.
I mean that is an issue uh with with a whole bunch of characters in a book.
Mm. I mean, the in the book,
Mm-hmm.
it's it's not in the Adriatic. It's
Is
in
it in
it's in Devon.
Devon. Where's Devon now?
It's down near Cornwall.
Oh, okay. Is it on that spit of land that juts out in
Yeah, yeah. It's
down by Plymouth?
Plymouth, Devon, Cornwall, all down that end.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so it was set in England. So they've
Oh.
changed the setting for the movie.
Well, I
And
like I like where they said it because it was beautiful, and I love Croatia. I love Albania. I've never been, but I've seen the pictures that my folks took, and then I also have friends from Albania, and I was in Kosovo, so I've been nearby.
yeah,
Anyway, it's just interesting. So quite nice to see that, and the Adriatic is lovely. It's like anything that's sandwiched between Albania and Italy will be beautiful. Anyway, so uh, the interesting thing about the way that it was timed, the way that she timed it was she only had to move the clock or her watch ahead 20 minutes.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
2020.
Oh, but we'll find out in the next one that it's a bit longer.
Yeah, but
Uh, but the 20 minutes, you know, it it didn't look like that was possible with all the stairs and all the running.
well, it's everything. They must have planned it, and also to get uh, alibis. They needed alibis. They needed people with them all the time.
Uh-huh.
So she took the girl. He took the loud American woman.
Uh-huh.
So they needed the alibis. It was all planned right down to the last minutes and seconds.
Yeah.
He would have got away with it if it wasn't for Hercule Poirot.
Oh. And the other thing that was really interesting about the timing that was in part of this is that Poirot was able to sort of he sort of was minding the time by the gun, the noonday gun, and that was interesting to me.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, it was a bit like the guy in the what is his name, the Admiral in Mary Poppins, who shoots the gun every morning. I just think that was really a lighthearted way of using the gun, and then yeah.
But
So this
yeah,
one is pretty lighthearted for a murder mystery.
yeah. I mean, when you're watching it, you think, "Oh, right, there's one murder on the island," but then you find out at the end the scene at the beginning of the movie with the woman who was found on the Yorkshire moors. It's all connected.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So really, there's two murders.
yeah.
So yeah, great the way that it all comes together at the end. So anything else you want to say about Even Under the Sun?
Um, no, it's I think I've covered pretty much everything. I
I do.
enjoyed it
I
a
do.
lot.
I am a big fan of Agatha Christie.
I can tell.
She, I
You
mean,
you have you've read all these books of hers,
I would say I have
and
most.
then and now you've a man who doesn't read much. I have to preface it with that. You have also purchased 5 new tales of Hercule Poirot,
But also,
but also what?
I do have the complete collection of Poirot.
Of Suchet. Of course you do. Of course you do. I am not even surprised. I'm not even like I was like, that's what he's going to get. That's
He-
just telling me what you're going to
he's
get.
the
You're going to get.
he's he's the complete deal because he's done every single Poirot story she wrote.
Got it.
He
Okay.
he s- he set out when he decided to become Poirot to from 1989 up to about 2013 to try and do every single story,
Ah, I see.
every short story, every novel.
Ah, I see.
So he's done Evil Under the Sun as well, and
Okay.
so yeah.
Well,
But I
if
never
you
did.
feel like doing that, you will have to, you'll have to, suggest it when we go come to our after podcast meetings, and
Yeah, and I
that's
said when I
amazing. But I'm totally not surprised. I was totally expecting you to go grab the sushi box. I thought, oh, of course, this is what he's after.
I mean, I've got all Ustanovs as well. So
Oh, I guess I'm not surprised about that either. And the
really,
question is, do you have the other ones that sprinkled in there, the Branna and others?
no, because I think they're awful.
Oh, I see.
I I really do. I don't know what people see in them.
All right.
Um, sorry to say,
I'm I boy, goodness.
but I just don't understand why Branagh has for the first two just remade Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile.
I know.
Why didn't he just get two more of the books? And because everybody's seen Death on the Nile, everybody's seen Murder on the Orient Express.
Done by Ustinov and by Suchet.
Well, Ustinov didn't do Murder on the Orient Express.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know the question the question for Branagh isn't like what has he done? It's why hasn't he done the other ones?
Yeah,
And
well, for the third one, I watched the third one. Was it a couple of weeks ago? A Haunting in Venice.
oh, you did.
Yes, which is based on the book Halloween Party by Agatha Christie,
All right.
and it is totally um, nothing to do with the
Here we
book.
go.
Nothing to do with the book.
Oh,
The only thing what they have in common in the book is at the beginning of the movie there's a kids' party in Venice, Halloween party, and they're bobbing for apples, and that's it really.
that's it. Oh my.
The rest of this movie, Haunting in Venice, is just a supernatural thriller.
And that's what you said you didn't like about it because it's not
Nothing to do with the book.
no, it has no mystery.
Yeah.
It's just a spine chiller.
It's a spine chill. I mean, there is a murder. There's
Oh,
a couple. There's a couple of murders, but
oh,
it's nothing. Having read the book and then watching that, taking it from an English country mansion where the kids' party was to set it in Venice
uh-huh.
and not have nothing really to do with the book.
Okay.
Uh, I just don't know what the Christie estate was thinking.
Okay.
But anyway, we digress from Evil Under the Sun, haven't we?
Well, yeah, but the important thing was that you are completist except for other things, there's always something that you would not participate in. I'm not surprised about that either.
Mm.
We know this about you, Lee. We, the royal we. Anyway.
Well,
Let's see. The
I mean,
the
this is,
the chance to do some sushi is upon us though. And so yeah,
um,
I just didn't realize that he was the one who'd done all of it. I thought that it was Ustinov who'd done more, but
No,
I'm
no,
wrong.
you're wrong.
Yep.
But and when I do get, I've said I get things confused in my head. Not as much as you, but but I
And
do.
your point is,
Reading the books years ago when I was about 13, 14 years old, um,
yeah,
and then watching the movies or watching Suchet's TV adaptations, things do get muddled up in my head. This is why I got the character mixed up there, but it, all comes back together.
yeah. I mean,
Movies change things in books, and so
sure.
it's good. It's good to that we've sat down and watched this because I remember when this came out, and I thought, well, you know what? I'll read the book again.
Huh.
So
Oh, that's good.
yeah,
That's fun.
I've seen the movie. Now I'm going to read the book again.
That's
But,
awesome.
so, anything else you want to say about Evil Under the Sun?
Um, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful movie.
It is, yeah. The cinematography is amazing. The cast look amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Acting is superb.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy timing is brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So
of course.
so
So
what?
I will because of all of what you've just said, and because of the expectation that you get when you really dig in with the Christie mystery, and that you're not real sure where to point the figure um as the murder is being revealed. I was surprised. I was
I'm
glad
I'm
to be
I'm,
surprised
I'm
because
glad. I'm glad that you didn't guess right
right,
early on.
right, that
But as I said, the big
she was way too frail looking to have made me like Christine. Well, I just there was no way I thought it was going to be her. So
what about when she came down the stairs at the end? What a sex kitten!
yeah, Jane Birkin, and she looked like she was borrowing the styles that something sort of a cross between what what um Daphne Castle and what Arlena were wearing is like this cross ended up being what you know she was wearing, and I just think that it was that was lovely. Anyway, the so I will give this 10 um 10 pedal boots out of 10.
Brilliant. Well, I enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite. I mean, I just love Christie. Um, even
I
if
can
not
tell.
Poirot, if it's not Poirot, it's Marple.
Marple.
All the others, Mr. Harlequin, and see they haven't made any of those into movies. But um,
I know.
I will give this 10 little grey cells out of 10.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it's a great movie, and for me the cast make the movie. Some great names. So yeah, that's our review of Evil Under the Sun. If you guys out there have seen it, the movie with Ustinov, please comment below. Let us know what you thought of the movie. Um, if you like it or hated it, just let us know. Um, also, leave a message below if you'd like to join us, because we we can fit a few more people into these casts.
Oh
There's
yeah.
plenty. There's plenty of space on the screen. Um, just leave a message below. Let us know if you want to join. You'll find the link to this video on all social medias. I share it about. So you just leave a message below. And Susan turns the camera off. I don't know why. Where are you gone? Oh, there you are. I thought she'd been killed. The lights went out and there she is. Alex did it. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, leave a message below if you'd like to join us. You just have to be an 18 plus because some things we talk about are for over 18s only. All you need is a working microphone and camera on the device you use. And on the YouTube channel that we have, please remember to press the bell notification button and you'll get notified every time we put a video. So, is that it, Susan?
That's it.
That's our little murder mystery trip for this one done. So, we're going to look out for more red herrings in our next cast. Do you know it's impossible to strangle yourself?
I know.
But it's fun watching you try. Go on. You go, girl. You go. Bye bye for now.